What's up, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of the Pre-Race Pulse right here on Racing America, episode 15 already. This show gets you ready for the weekend. It catches you up on anything you may have missed in the NASCAR world, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm your host, Alan Cavana, this week, and it is a NASCAR triple header on a road course this weekend. Watkins Glen, one of the best tracks in all of NASCAR, best environments. I'll tell you why coming up here later in the episode, but first, we always start with the news. Big news from the Xfinity Series this week is that NASCAR has officially granted Austin Hill a playoff waiver after his suspension for what he did at the Brickyard. Now this is big because it means Austin Hill is still playoff eligible for Richard Childress Racing, but it also means a new kind of hitch to this year. Austin Hill will start the playoffs with no playoff points. Everything he's earned before this, any playoff points he can earn after this before the playoffs start, he will start with zero because of that suspension, but he is eligible to compete for a championship starting in just a few races. In the Truck Series, silly season has already begun, and let me tell you, it got really silly really quick. Nice Motorsports announced it is parting ways with the driver of its number 45 truck, Kaden Honeyut, effective immediately. This is interesting because that duo, Honeyut and the 45 truck, are in position to make the playoffs and have a good run. They've been running well. But Nice Motorsports, in its announcement, said Honeyut has signed a deal with a different team for 2026, and more importantly, a different manufacturer. And they said making the change now allows the team to start preparing themselves for next year. Now, after Nice made its announcement, Honeyut put out a release of his own, thanking Nice Motorsports, the whole team, for a chance to showcase his talents in their truck and expressing his excitement over sharing his future plans very soon. We'll see where it goes. Now, what does that mean? This is effective immediately, so the truck needs a driver for Watkins Glen. And man, did they get a good one. Nice Motorsports announced Connor Zilisch will be in the 45 truck this weekend in Watkins Glen. That could be a winning truck. We'll just have to see. Now, again, while the move prepares Nice for next season, there are some questions as why do it now? Because they were prepared to make a playoff run, but that's the decision they decided to make. After Watkins Glen, Bailey Curry will be in the 45 truck for the remainder of the season. Back on the Xfinity side, we told you before that Collague Racing announced its departure from driver Josh Williams, effective immediately, meaning they have to name some drivers for the rest of the season. Carson Hocevar raced the 11 car in Iowa. Michael McDowell is set to run this weekend in Watkins Glen, and in Daytona, it will be old Collague driver Justin Haley. The rest of the schedule, Collague says, will be unveiled soon. All right, let's get to some of the hot topics in the garage. We told you before, Kaden Honeyut no longer with Nice Motorsports. So where's he gonna go? Well, it was announced this week that he will be filling in Stuart Friesen's ride in the 52 truck in the Hallmark Fen Toyota for the remainder of the season, starting in Richmond. Now, Stuart Friesen is still recovering from that serious injury in a dirt race up in Canada that has put him out. Very serious stuff. He's recovering from surgeries. Stuart Friesen actually put out a statement saying, "While I continue to recover, it is important for us to put someone in the truck that can help us compete at the highest level. I know Kaden will deliver strong performance in our truck and allow us to continue to run for the Owners' Championship." Again, best of luck to Stuart Friesen. You have a good driver in that 52 truck for the remainder of the season. Kaden Honeyut, starting in the 52, starting in Richmond. We told you earlier about Connor Zilisch being in the 45 truck for Nice Motorsports at Watkins Glen. What does that mean? It means he's running triple duty this weekend on a road course. Yes, the 45 truck in the Truck Series, then his regular ride in the number 88 for Junior Motorsports in a race he won last season. And then on Sunday, he gets another shot in the Cup car with Trackhouse Racing in that number 87 car. It'll be his fourth start of the season. Can he go 3 for 3, sweep the entire weekend, the young driver? I don't know, but if you think it's possible, let me know down in the comments. A few other notables this weekend at Watkins Glen. Katherine Leic back in the Cup Series field in the number 78 truck for Live Fast Motorsports. We have seen her improve since the beginning of the season. She didn't have the best race in Phoenix to the last time we saw her at the Brickyard when she drove to a 17th place finish. It's fun to see her succeed. It's fun to see the improvement out there on the racetrack. Let's see what she can do. She has raced at Watkins Glen before. She has won there in other series. Maybe she'll put on a show for us this weekend at the Glen. Also at the Glen, Chris Buescher. This is interesting. Making his first career start in the Truck Series. Yeah, he will pilot the number 66 For ThorSport, remember he won the Cup race at Watkins Glen last season. A little extra practice this time around in the Truck Series. Let's talk about the Glen a little bit. It is a 2.45 mile road course and is affectionately known as like the super speedway of road courses. High speeds. We're talking fast straightaways and fast corners. Even when they have the S's, they are cooking it through those S's. It's very technical. It's very fast. They have a bus stop that's also very fast. We see a lot of bumps and drivers going up there on the bumps, and you got to handle yourself around there. But it is a very technical track at very high speeds that puts on a show. Remember, it came down to the last lap in the Cup Series last year. That's why everyone loves Watkins Glen. It's also a great vibe for the fans that are out there. The camping, very underrated. You will see fans lining the entire course, camping out the entire weekend. That's why we love Watkins Glen. Make sure you're watching this weekend. Again, it is a triple header. It all starts with the Truck Series on Friday, 5 p.m. on FS1. The Xfinity Series comes on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern on the CW. And then, of course, you can catch the Cup race Sunday, 2 p.m. on USA. We're now in that part of the series, the season for the Cup anyway, that is on NBC or USA. There'll be 4 races on NBC for the rest of the year. The rest will be on USA, including Sunday at the Glen. Let's pick some winners. This is always fun. I keep mentioning his name because it is a stacked truck field. Connor Zilisch in the field. I think he wins the truck race in that 45 truck for Nice Motorsports. On Saturday in the Xfinity Series, who should I pick? I'm going with Connor Zilisch again to go 2 for 2. Now, can that young man go 3 for 3? My Cup pick for Sunday is... I'm joking. I'm going with SVG, his teammate at Trackhouse Racing. Yeah, Connor Zilisch is awesome. I don't know if he has it in the Cup Series quite yet. We know SVG does. He got beat there last year. I don't think he's going to get beat again. SVG goes to victory lane on Sunday. Who do you think can win? I want to know. Trucks, Xfinity, Cup. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you for joining us here today. Of course, you can join us every single week, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, a new episode posts. We get you ready for the entire NASCAR weekend. Make sure to give us a follow, hit that subscribe button right here on Racing America so you never miss a thing. We'll see you next week.